Hey, what's up? This is Reed. If you've set up automations in your home, you probably know it can get annoying for some family members. It happens often in our home, and even I can get annoyed with certain automations. I'm going to show you some automations that I had to deactivate or were annoying my family and what I did to fix them. I hope this video will give you some ideas for fixing automations in your home that may be annoying your family right now. The first one is related to doorbells since I just covered them. You can have your smart speaker announce when someone presses the doorbell.
Someone is at the Eufy doorbell.
It's a great feature, and at first it was awesome. And then it wasn't when the baby was taking a nap.
Someone is at the Eufy doorbell.
There's an easy fix though. You can schedule all the Echo devices to be in Do Not Disturb mode during the baby's nap time. Your Echo devices won't notify you someone's at the door during that time, and now everyone's happy. Another thing you can do with your voice assistants is have it help you skip automations. Say you have an automation that runs every single day at the same time, occasionally you may want to skip it. For example, my family room lights dim when the TV turns on after 6 p.m. But if it becomes 6 p.m. and the TV's already on, then the lights will still dim. And this can be a little distracting. So at 5:59, my Echo announces,
"The TV lights are about to be activated. To stop the automation, just say TV lights skip."
Then all I have to say is, "Alexa, TV lights skip."
Okay, TV lights won't change today.
And all the lights won't change. This makes it really easy and dummy proof. Ideally, you can set up your home so it will automatically skip some of these automations, and I'll talk more about that in a second. But if you have guests coming over or something like that, it can be difficult to account for that in your automations. I'm using SmartThings for this, and you can see how I set everything up in the article linked below. Motion sensors are awesome, but can quickly get frustrating if you're not careful. I have a motion sensor in the kitchen. It was great when I set it up. You walk into the kitchen to start getting ready for dinner, and the lights just magically turn on. Then one day we finished dinner early and manually turned off the lights. Right after that, all the kitchen lights turned back on from motion. It only took a couple of times for this to happen before I was strongly encouraged to turn off this automation. However, there's a simple fix. You can set an automation to run from motion only once per day. In the Alexa routines, it's really easy to do by clicking suppress. In SmartThings, it's also simple but slightly hidden. You have to have the time be part of the if condition to only run once per day. Once this was set up, it was great. The kitchen lights turned on once when they were supposed to, and they stayed off when you manually turned them off. After dinner time, I have only the light strips under the cabinets turn on from motion in the kitchen. This has been awesome, but not when we're watching TV. They're a little bright, and so I set up the automation to only run when the TV is off. I'm doing this by using a SmartThings outlet that can measure energy usage of the TV. It's a simple fix, but makes a big difference. Another thing that I've set up but became annoying for me was a morning routine in my office. I have an Echo read the news and calendar items when I first walk into the office. This only runs once because I don't want to hear this more than once per day. The problem is my wife would go into the office to grab something real quick and it would set it off. Then when I would walk into the office later, it wouldn't run for me. The way I fixed this was changing the locks on the office door and hiding the key from my wife. Okay, so that's not the fix, and I'll probably pay for that one later. The way I actually fixed it was turning on a virtual switch in the middle of the routine. That way, if my wife triggers a routine, she can tell Alexa to stop right away. This stops the routine before the virtual switch is turned on. Then when I enter the room later, the routine will try to run again. This could also work if you were on the phone and the routine started and you wanted it to run at a later time. It's not a perfect fix, but it helps. I put a contact sensor on our back door to turn on the backyard lights. This is convenient when I'm taking out the trash since the lights turn on automatically and my hands might be full. I wanted the lights to stay on because what if I'm going to sit on the patio at night and I wouldn't want the lights to turn off automatically when I'm still out there. Initially, I set it up so when I come back inside, I just turn off the lights with my voice or the brilliant light switch. It seemed fine when I was setting it up, famous last words with home automation, right? Well, I'm not going to name names, but someone in my house was very unhappy how this was set up. I was able to fix it though. I changed the string lights to turn off automatically after a few minutes. But if I want the lights to stay on, then I turn on the other backyard light from the smart switch. If that light is on, then the other lights don't automatically turn off. Then when we're coming inside, the smart light switch turns off both lights. Problem solved, now everyone's happy. So I've shown a few examples of how to make small fixes to automations to make them more family friendly. Now let me show you how to take it a step further. I have my lights wake me up every morning at the same time. What if I wake up before that time though, because I have to get an early start for the day? What I can do is automatically skip the lights from turning on next to my bed. If I walk into the office and it triggers that routine, that I talked about earlier, then it won't trigger the automation to turn on the lights next to my bed and wake up my wife. Figuring out how to make home automations work with your family can be a little bit of trial and error, unfortunately. But don't get discouraged if someone in your family doesn't like a certain automation. Get creative and figure out a way to fix it so that everyone can be happy. If there's anything that you've done to improve automations in your home, I would love to hear them down in the comments. I'll have more videos of home automation ideas that I'm sure your families are excited for you to try out on them, so make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next time.
Hey, Reed, now that you've fixed all the automations, do you think you could fix the towel rack in the bathroom?
I don't know, that sounds a little too complicated for me.